Hello my friends, welcome to my Debbie Reed at Cards 03 YouTube video. Today I'm going to show you a card made with Adventure Together, and this is the card I'm going to show you how to create today. And I am using a wild wheat card base and then a white for the inside. Then you're going to have a piece of silver foil, another extra little piece for stamping and die cutting, and then we're going to use the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper, and then you're going to use green paper to stamp and make the trees, which I did ahead of time. So let me show you how I created this card. The first thing you're going to do is take the 6x6 Splendid Autumn paper, and you're going to cut it. So this is what I did to cut it. I took the paper and I cut it like this. So I wanted to have the scenery mostly on this side. So I took it and I cut this at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I turned this on the cutter and I ended up cutting the 4 3/8 or the 5 3/8, which cut this off, and then I turned it this way in the cutter, or then I turned it this way in the cutter because this is together, and I was willing to lose the top part, and I cut this, one is 5 3/8 and one is 4 1/8. So anyway, these are the two pieces that cut off, and then you end up with this piece. So then you're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to glue it to your card base, which is the wild wheat folded in half. Then you're going to glue that, which I already did ahead of time just to save time. So now we're going to do this stamping. You're going to use Memento black ink, and you're going to stamp the little camper. And we're going to stamp the chairs and the fireplace. So let's get that stamped. And then you're going to stamp 2 chairs and the little fire pit. And I don't know if this will fit, but let's just see. It might. Okay. And then you're going to take your dies. So you have the little camper, and you have the 2 little chairs and the fire pit. And so there's the little fire pit. And then you have the little chairs. And then you're going to die cut those, which I also did ahead of time. And then you're going to color these little pieces. And we're going to go ahead and put our card together. So you're going to take your little camper, and you're going to take your little foil piece that I had out here, and you're going to take these 2 little hubcap pieces, and you're going to place it on your little foil, and you're going to die cut those, and you're going to end up with these 2 little guys. So we're going to glue that to the wheel. To do that, you're going to take your glue and you're going to just put the glue just in the center of where the hubcap would go. Sure. Okay, and there we go. 1 and 2. And now I'm going to take my pick tool and pick this up and put this just right on the circle. So I've already colored the camper, and now you're going to just put these down on the center of the wheel. And what I like to do is line up, let me show you. There's 2, let me grab, so there's these 2 little notches, and I like those to be down on the bottom. So there's our camper. I'm going to take the camper on the card, and I could pop these things up, but I chose not to. And then you're going to take your little chairs. I did cut the chairs out. The chairs, when you cut them, okay, let me show you this. because I did fussy cut them to make them fit better. The regular chair, when it gets die cut, looks like that, and I cut some of the extra white off. And I did that also with the fire, the campfire. So it's a personal preference. I just choose not to have all the white on there. It seems to fit better. So then you're going to just position your trees that you stamped and die cut, and you're gonna put those kind of on this scenery, how you like it. And then the little fire is gonna come over here. And this will all be glued down or popped up, depending on what your preference is. I'm going to just pop up the camper. So I'm gonna glue all my little trees into place. So I like that to look like it's the back window of the camper. Then this one's going to go in the middle, off to the side a little bit, somewhat middle. And this is my taller tree. Well, there we go. And then I'm going to put this one down to the right over there. Kind of just sitting there. I'm going to glue the little chairs down. I don't want those popped up either. I'm going to just have those be flat. So these guys are just hanging at the campfire. And then this one. And then the little fire. So you're coloring all those little pieces. You're gonna color this. So I'm gonna pop this up on some dimensionals and use my end pieces here. Well, hold on. This one wants to give me a fret here. Okay, then we've got another one on this little end. Put that there, and one in the middle for good measure. Okay, then you're going to take your little tabs off. And we're going to put this on the front of the card, and look how quick and easy, once you color this, how cute this looks. Put that right like that. So there's the front of the card. Then for the sentiment, you have two options. The stamp set lets you have the happy camper, or it gives you let the adventure begin. So you could put that on here as well. I opted for the happy camper for the front because I didn't want to cover all of this up. As I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to glue that flat. It also can be popped up. It can also be layered with another color if you so desire. So there's that. And then the inside of the card, I already put the white in there. Then you're going to have let the adventure begin. It's going to get placed in there. And then you're going to also place a tree. So I wanted this to kind of get tucked in about there. So I'm going to put the glue just down the center of the tree so that I can tuck that sentiment in. I'm going to place this in the position where it needs to be. And then I'm going to glue this down flat also and tuck that just under this part of the tree. And there you have let the adventure begin, and then you have all this room to write in. That is it for this card. Hope you like it. Hope you'll consider this stamp set, and all of the dimensions and everything will be in the link below. Adventure together, and I just think it turned out so cute using the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. Thanks for watching. Until next time, go make something uniquely yours and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.